let's do our intro together. Ready? The one we practiced. One,
right.
2, 3.
Hi, this is...
No.
Hello.
This is the Salt Report ICAST edition. I'm Sean Bean, here with my intrepid co-host, Charlie Levine, editor-in-chief of Anglers Journal. What's up, Charlie?
Good morning.
We are back for
We're
day
back.
2 of the Salt Report. Day 1 was
Day one.
busy day 1. We had legends stop by. Saw some really cool products, stuff that's being shown here at the world's biggest saltwater fishing trade show. Big day today. More legends today, more product, more cool gear. All here on day 2 of the Salt Report. Charlie, I'm pumped. How about you?
I'm feeling good. There's a lot to talk about today again. A bunch of products were awarded last night, and they're going to be picking a best in show soon, so it's fun to watch that. And
I also want to say, and I don't know how you're feeling, you know, both of us are seasoned gentlemen. I hurt my neck.
Are you talking about my gray hair again?
No, I'm not. I hurt my neck because every interview was looking to the left, so I actually have...
Should we swap?
So that's what everybody was suggesting, but I think that's just going to injure the other side of my neck. So I think I'm just going to continue to really like lock in here. I just wanted you to know that I may not be 100%.
All right, Sean, we're kicking off day 2 here with a friend of mine.
Yes.
Very well-known angler, super nice guy, has taught a lot of people a lot about fishing.
He's already shaking his head no.
No, absolutely
He's
not.
very humble. But if you follow him on social media or have listened to his seminars or seen him in the magazines over the years, Alberto Knie, a.k.a. Crazy Alberto.
Thanks
for making the time.
It's my pleasure. It's good to be
you.
here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah, it's good to have you here.
Thank you.
So the best thing about Alberto is he likes to fish when no one else is fishing. What do you call it?
I call it the non-human hours.
Non-human hours.
Okay.
You know when people who love to fish, but they don't have the time, and you want to catch that magical monster fish, and the best time is, because you don't have to deal with crowd, all right? You want to fish late at night, fish optimum windows, and I have a saying, the people that are sleeping and dreaming about their fish, there's somebody out there catching the dream fish, the non-human hours.
And you grew up in Manhattan or Queens?
I grew up, well, I was born in Hong Kong, raised in Brazil.
Brazil?
Yes, sir. And then in Manhattan.
So how many languages do you speak?
I speak 4 languages. I was that young kid walking barefoot in the jungle of Brazil, handlining. And when I came to America, I started realizing that there's such thing as fishing reels and so forth. Yeah.
Wow.
But that's so funny to me because you're so gear oriented, right? It's like
yeah.
you know everything about line and knots and knots.
Well, let me put it this way. When you have that passion,
Yeah.
and you want to exceed to the next level and do your best of what you can do, you know, you want to learn every process of it. I had to create a shock leader. I figured, you know what? There's this thing called just Chinese finger trap. You know, you weave one way, you weave the other way. When you cinch it, it actually locks. And the tighter you squeeze,
More it locked.
the more it locks.
And so we're going to see this magic right here in front
You
of us
really
right
want to
now.
see it? Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
of
why not? Let's do
course.
this.
I'm gonna
This
film
is
it
very
too.
special.
Okay.
So,
All right, this is your leader. It could be fluorocarbon, it could be monofilament, whatever. Okay, now you go through it. All right, you see what I'm doing here? You pinch it, all right, and go 7 turns. I've tried. It depends on what type of fluorocarbon or what kind of leader, but 7 all around seems to be the ideal. All right, so you go 7 one way.
This is so cool.
Okay. And now you see it.
camera's running.
Now you see this part here? Now you go back just like a finger trap. See that? Now, you always end up with a square knot. It's the fundamentals of all knots. If you just go in one way, go back, where you basically a square knot. Now watch this. Ready? Watch closely.
you
And
got that, Ken? And
Oh.
And there he goes.
And Alberto, where's the best place for all of our dear viewers to find your content? On
You
Instagram?
could basically go to Instagram or just go Alberto Knie or Crazy Alberto Knee. And the word crazy is not because I'm crazy, actually. The word crazy is because I'm very passionate about fishing.
That's crazy.
Crazy Alberto has
There
a
you
certain
go.
ring to it. So, Crazy Alberto Knee, thank you so much for stopping by
My
and
pleasure.
sharing your knowledge with you.
I
We so
appreciate
much
it. Thank you so
appreciate
much.
it. Thank you so much. Stick with us. More legends to come. More good stuff to come here on the Salt Report Day 2. It is the Salt Report ICAST edition, Day 2. Having a lot of really cool guests, a lot of really cool products on the show. And our next guest and our next product, I'd like to welcome Mike Prelec with Battery Tender sitting right next to us. Thank you, Mike, for joining us here today. I'm sitting here looking, and I can't help what Charlie says. He moves the box around, and I'm looking at the side, and it says, most trusted and reliable charger since 1965. It's so funny. When I see this like branding, it feels like so much of a new story, but 65, obviously that's been a long history of product making. I mean, can you tell us a little bit about, just like company history, like the inception of it? Do you know much about that?
Absolutely.
Probably everything about that.
Yeah.
So Deltran's actually a 60-year-old family-owned company. So we've
Okay.
been around a long time, obviously, since 65, and we've had the Battery Tender brand since 89.
Okay.
And we've been in power supplies, power management for the entire history of the company.
Yeah.
And
It's so important right now too. There's so many gizmos and gadgets and draws on boats these days. This is key.
Power is absolutely, I mean, we have all seen the electronics when the power and the battery start going down just a little bit and the voltage gets down and all of a
Trolling
sudden
motors,
everything goes haywire.
Just on the bow, there's
Yeah.
3
Absolutely.
screens and a trolling motor.
Yeah. So, Mike, we got some really cool stuff in front of us here. The floor, I should say, the table is yours. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're looking at here today?
Yeah, so I think you hit it best that, some of this stuff feels new, even though it's, maybe not, but these are some of actually our newer product lines. So this is actually, we've recently launched here in the last 8-9 months the Wave Charge Pro line, which is higher outputs for the pro-ams, professionals that are running and needing a complete recharge overnight, bringing those batteries way down, but also for the guys that are running multiple different types of batteries.
Yeah.
A lot of fishermen, they don't want to necessarily trust all of their engine starting to a lithium battery, so they're running either a lead acid or an AGM on their starter batteries for the reliability, but for the high performance, they're running lithiums for their trolling motors.
And this can charge both.
And this can charge both. You can actually.
I was going to ask you about that. That's quite an accomplishment, right? It was sort of tricky there for a while to get one charger that could do.
It was, but we've always been very forward about doing independent charging per battery, because that's the absolute best way to do it. You're not
So
pulling
having
from
a
one.
charger for each.
So essentially having one charger for each.
These boats have like 6 batteries sometimes.
Yep, and so we
Big center
make
consoles.
up to 4 banks with this, and
Okay.
and we make some other options as well to be able to kind of mix and match and do it. But you can select by just the button selection here, and you can select
that's
which
nice
battery
and
you're
easy.
running. Some of the other things that we did was we actually introduced waterproof fusing. After you've done that install, if anything happens to the charger or the battery, you're not having to take the entire system out. You can just quickly disconnect,
That's great.
put the battery back in or a charger back in and off, and you're off and running. So
smart.
for simplicity's sake.
And what do we have right here in front of you?
So this is actually our newest product in the entire Battery Tender line. This is our new Charge and Start. We spent a lot of time developing this. A lot of people have jump starters for emergency power, and everybody's got a charger for maintenance and keeping the batteries up. And essentially what we did with this unit is we brought it all into one package. Now this one is a 4-amp charger and a 1,000-amp or 1,200-amp jump starter all in one unit. The nice part is you could be leaving this on, having a maintenance charge, so when you get get your
Okay.
boat out, you're ready to go. But we've all been on the water and had a battery problem. We've all gotten to the dock and
That's the worst.
you've got a short in the battery, and all of a sudden, it was saying it was 100% charged, and it was, but if the battery just conks out, all of a sudden, now you've got an emergency jump starter.
Thank you for coming and sharing these new products. Like you said, a lot of history with this company, but all of it feels very 2025, very modern, very contemporary. That's very obvious. But thanks so much for coming by. I want to make special time and special thanks to Mike Prelec with Battery Tender for coming and showing off the new and cool products you have. Enjoy the rest of your ICAST. And thanks for making time with us here on the Salt Report. Stay with us, more awesome guests and products to come. Thank you, Mike. You know, it is 2025, and as we all know, dealing with presidents can be tricky, but we have a president who's always cool, calm, and collected and gives presidents a good name. We love hanging out with him. Thank you so much for joining the Salt Report. Jason Schratwieser, president of the International Game Fish Association. Thank you, Jason. How was that intro?
Probably the best one I'll ever
Okay,
have.
we can do it again.
No, that was really good. Really good. Appreciate it.
Well, as the Presidente, we're here at ICAST. Certainly, IGFA always has a presence here. For you, as president, is it shaking hands, kissing babies, high fives, pictures? What is it? What do your days here look like?
It's shaking babies and kissing hands.
I mean,
but we've got representatives from our conservation side, education side, obviously our marketing and development side.
Yeah.
And basically, it's a time for us to be able to touch base with the people that support us, our corporate partners, that are good to the IGFA and so many other good conservation people out there. We're also really excited this year. We've got a partnership with a company called Strike, so we're doing footwear this year.
yeah, we saw some of the footwear. It looked cool.
Yeah, it looks good. I've got my first pair on today. It's comfortable so far. You do a lot of walking
This is
here.
this is the testing ground.
Exactly. I'll know for sure. But yeah, so far so good. But yeah, just to be able to do that, and then obviously we've got conservation partners here with CCA, the Center for Sport Fishing Policy,
Yeah.
ASA, obviously. So
One thing I've always admired too, Jason came up from doing a lot of policy work and conservation work, and because when I first knew you at the IGFA, you had a different title, and you were in the field, and you're out there tagging billfish.
that's
and
when
doing
it was
cool
fun,
stuff.
man. Yeah, it was a good day. Yeah, I came to IGFA in 2003. Actually, the 14th of this month, it was my 22nd year.
Wow.
So I was conservation director, and kind of helped start a couple of our premier conservation programs. The Great IGFA Great Marlin Race, doing a lot of work with Barbara Block's lab there. But yeah, just transitioned along the way. But IGFA's just continued to grow in terms of the conservation work we're doing. We've done a lot with billfish, but we've branched off recently, doing a lot of work with other species that we don't know a lot about. But they're really important people like golden dorado. We base our work off of 3-year strategic plans, and we're in year 2. And kind of at the center of our strategy is, increasing our global footprint. And we're looking at that from a variety of different metrics, looking at what our reach is in terms of our conservation efforts, whether that be directed research, advocacy, our education efforts, which have grown dramatically. We're getting more people to our events, more tournament presence, et cetera. But, just trying to be more international.
Yeah.
It's not just about world records.
We've done a good job in the last 20 years or so showing that we're so much more than that in terms of what we do for conservation, education, and really also chronicling the history of the sport through our library and our various events that we do.
Well, we have a couple interesting things. I don't know if you knew this, but here at the table, we actually have an autograph of yours. And we also, I think, have an opportunity for my esteemed co-host to share a little story about an achievement of his.
Last year, around this time, I caught a world record Arctic grayling, and I wrote a column about it, which is in the latest issue of Angler's Journal. It was a really cool experience, beautiful fish, and that's Jason's signature, so it is legit.
Well, thank you, Jason, for making it official. I know you.
Well, this was a length record too, which
Okay.
makes me extra happy.
I mean,
I didn't have to kill it.
Yeah, and I scrutinized it very heavily because it's Charlie. So, but
Right.
he did what he was supposed to do, and it checked out. So, no, congratulations. It's a nice fish.
We are grateful for your time, whether it is for interviews or stories or access to the library or connecting us to your many awesome colleagues at the IGFA. But always just want to say thank you for making time for us today, and obviously the IGFA always making time for us.
Oh my God, you guys are
So,
family. So anything we can do for you guys, we appreciate
Yeah.
what you guys do for the sport.
Jason, thank you so much. Jason Schratwieser,
Appreciate
the
it, guys.
president of the IGFA here on the Salt Report. Thanks for being with us, Jason.
Thanks so much. You almost broke me with that intro, man.
I was not expecting that.
I mean, literally, I'm like,
Presidents these
I'm
days.
Where's this
like
going?
biting my lip.
Hey everyone, we're back at the Salt Report here live at ICAST in Orlando, Florida. We've got David Dunn with Garmin Marine, who's always rolling out cool new product for us to cover and write about. And today we're going to be talking about your latest toys, David. What's up at the
One of the most
Garmin
talked
world?
about products at the show, certainly. Sorry to intervene.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, thanks for having us. So we're super excited this year to talk about the Garmin Force Current, which is also a mouthful, kayak trolling motor. So Garmin's been in the trolling motor business for about 6.5 years now, give or take. And it's just the natural evolution of where to go with trolling motors. The biggest market was kayaks.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to revolutionize the kayak trolling motor market just as we did with the Garmin Force and then the Garmin Kraken.
It's really fun too. So I got to take it for a little test ride out here on the pond outside the convention center, and they just threw me in there. They're like, well, have you ever driven a skid steer? It kind of works like that. The pedals, so you push both pedals down, it goes forward. If you just do one, it'll go that way, kind of like a tiller.
Or a zero turn. You know,
Yeah,
that's
the
a great.
turning radius was nuts.
Yeah.
I was like, whoop.
Yeah. So I had the similar experience. So we've been working on this project for years, and I'm going to get slack at Garmin for saying this, but was not excited about this project at all. I'm a saltwater guy. I don't want to be in a kayak. 2 minutes in, I'm like, I'm buying a kayak.
No,
it is.
it
I
was
didn't
fun.
want to get off of it. It's so much fun. So it's a brushless motor. So it's super quiet. It's efficient, but it also has forward and reverse. So it allows it to articulate better, and then the anchor lock is more accurate. So when you put it on anchor lock, you're staying there. You might swing with the wind,
Yeah,
which is
well, and
expected.
it tells you.
Yeah.
It has a little. You're 4 feet from the mark,
Yeah.
or 4 meters. I'm not sure what,
Yeah.
but it's
Well,
really
you
cool.
could set it up either way, so it could be feet or meters, but yeah, it'll swing you around, but it'll stay right where you are. 'Cause it's got a dual band GPS, which is, I'm not aware of another kayak motor in the market that has that, Garmin being a GPS company. So the precision is there, and then it's got the heading hold. It's all done with the foot pedals, so you can do it with the remote, as you mentioned, or it's all hands-free.
That's the
And you
coolest
just
part.
click it with your foot, and it's so cool.
Yeah, for a fisherman, you're just basically cruising around with your fishing rod in your hand and being like, oh, they're over there, zip. They're over there, zip. So
I know that the Force Current has already been a standout at the new product showcase here, headed toward consideration for Best in Show. So congratulations for something that you started on. You're like, I don't want to be a part of this, to be here now.
I'm now a
Again,
kayaker.
Congratulations. Thank you so much for being with us here today on the Salt Report. Again, check it out, the Force Current, the new Qualtix 8. Thanks for being with us, and stick with us for more on the Salt Report ICAST edition.
Hey everyone, we're back live at ICAST talking fishing here at the Salt Report. We've got two special guests, some great friends of mine, Derek and Corey Redwine, who've been doing incredible stuff. You guys are great artists, and you've been getting your hands dirty in the lagoon and helping with habitat restoration with the Starbright Project Sea Safe. I want to hear all about it. I kind of know about it, but I want to hear you guys tell me. So, Corey, how'd this all start?
I started started growing mangroves on my own for years and years and years. I needed buckets to up my mangrove game and my production. And I had heard about Gregor at Starbright and reached out to him and said, I need buckets, will you help? And it's simple as that.
they have
That
a
was
lot
the
of- I was
connection.
about to
say, like,
That literally was the connection. And he said, 100%, what do you need? We are all in. And that was the key to starting the relationship. And we have grown leaps and bounds since
the last
then
5 years
with
or
them.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and now you've got the clams.
Yep.
So I brought my little boy when you guys were doing your event
Yes.
there.
Yeah,
and-
Project Sea
At
Safe
Old Fish House in Grant.
yeah. And so these guys built this like drone on drugs.
We
It's
call
as
our
big as-
clamming time.
It's as big as this table.
It is.
When they turn that thing on, it sounds like you're in a tornado.
It's crazy.
And it zips up and it shoots
No
clams
way.
out into the water.
Yes,
It's
like in
so
a day,
cool.
instead of putting out 500,000 clams by hand, we can now put 4 million
incredible.
seedlings out in a vast range,
Right.
So it's upped the game
really has.
immensely.
the clams and oysters are filter feeders.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
As well as delicious.
Lovely.
So
That's-
they're
yes.
helping to clean the water, and I know you guys have been in Marin Island, and I'm sure you've
Yeah,
seen
happening
it.
right in your backyard. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
For sure,
Right
we
in
live
the
on the
backyard.
water,
Yeah.
you know,
But
so
you've seen it, the seagrass go away. And,
firsthand.
Yeah. We've been working hard on it. I mean, it's self-serving. We've
Of
lived
course.
on the water for about 21 years
Yeah.
or so, and we've watched it do 2 cycles. As our son, we raised our son, we saw it kind of fall off, and then we've also seen it coming back up lately. And I'm not saying it's because of the clams, but there's a lot of stuff. It might
lot
be
of puzzle pieces working
Yeah,
in the right
it might be
direction.
lipstick on a pig until they do septic and sewer and stuff.
Yeah, that's
But right now we're not hurting it. We're putting a lot of work into it, mangroves and clams and oysters.
Go in the
so-
right direction.
And another big part of it, though, is funding, right? And
Yeah.
so Derek is downstairs at the show painting live.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
Yeah.
Tell us about what you got cooking downstairs on the exhibition floor.
So this is our 3rd year.
Wahaha.
Yeah, yeah. She's always got to sabotage it. So, well, this is the first year that's drastically. Yeah. So we're at the Starbright booth, and we have a big Project Sea-Safe booth at 2023. But we are painting a 6-foot-long marlin out of. We're using beach trash as
Found beach trash.
as
Yeah.
paintbrushes this year.
So no paintbrushes.
No.
So what kind
and
of-
I got to choose what they were painting.
I was about to say, tell me, what kind of objects
God.
are
Oh,
we
like
talking about?
doll. I have a doll head
Doll
that
heads.
I braided, shovels, a little toy
Toothbrushes.
pizza cutter,
Yeah.
toothbrushes,
Are you
little
just
spatulas.
you're trying to make it difficult
Yes.
for them? Is that the
Yeah.
idea?
100%.
There's 3
Okay.
artists there, so it's
Yes.
Dennis Friel and Jessica Sweeney, and the
Yes.
3 of us are kind
And they have
of like,
managed to like do a amazing
It's
job with this.
beautiful.
It's like absolutely. It's like 80s, 90s, rad, hot
we gotta
pink.
yeah.
It's gorgeous. Yeah.
And so when the painting is done, tell us what happens.
So it's going to go to auction. Like the painting that we painted here last year is going to go to the ASA. There's a party tonight. So and the CCA I think is running that. Whoever does buy this painting, I mean they're buying a story, and everybody's been there putting strokes on
Yeah,
that thing.
putting
Rush
their
malts.
little touch on it.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. I know this will be going out after, but partnership with Starbright, we're going to get this show off this beautiful art that Derek's been working on that Corey's been making very difficult for him. We're all very excited about this, and thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us and sharing your
Yeah.
story.
Keep up the great work,
Absolutely.
guys.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Thanks for having us.
Thank you
Cheers.
so much. Cheers again to Corey and Derek with Sea Safe. This is the Salt Report. Stay with us. Yeah. Yeah. Are we ready? We are rolling. Well, this is an introduction I've very much been looking forward to. This is a long-time fly guide in the Keys. He's a saucepreneur. How do you say a sauce entrepreneur? Saucepreneur. He is the king of the Keys, and he's here with his son. Ladies and gentlemen, dear viewers, Bear and Bannon Holeman are in the room. In the house. Look at these two. Damn. You know, I was thinking, Bear, I was seeing your face on so many different booths and things. It might be best to list the brands here at ICAST you're not involved in. So maybe we could start with the A's, and you could list all the brands that. It's probably easier. Don't you think the list is shorter?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. So what is your qualifications to choose a company to work with?
I'm super into long-term
Deals?
Yeah, long-term deals. I'm loyal as they come, and I think companies need to be the same way. So
Yeah.
it's not everybody's the right fit because some people
Yeah.
they don't know. But yeah, so it takes a lot of time and making
Effort.
sure it's the right people and people you want to be with, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Bannon, welcome. It's good to have you here, buddy. We were just talking a little bit before the show about your experience doing interviews.
More recently, actually, I just got all 4 of my wisdom teeth taken out.
Okay.
So
That's why he's got the eggplant.
That's why it's like that.
Yes.
They had us speaking in front of Dick's Sporting Goods, so it's 1,500 people, and they're like, okay, you got to talk about this or whatever. And for 2 hours, I'm trying to remember what I'm gonna say. Going through it, I'm like, oh, this is crazy. I'm not a public speaker. He took over, and the whole place started. They were dying laughing. He's like, I got this.
Oh, I love it.
It just started rolling, and everybody was cracking up. And it was funny.
I like the idea of Bannon being like a motivational speaker. He did you can fulfill your potential. And they're like, yeah, more money. Well, I mean, Bear, we've done.
Jesus.
It's all right.
That is like bad co-host situation.
No, that
right
was
there, man.
that was another new sponsor. Do you want to go ahead and read off the email? Like who is that?
Who's that?
Oh.
Right?
Oh, I love it.
Fight stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
I would be remiss, obviously, you both now, certainly the Holeman family, known for fishing, certainly, but I wanted to give some props to a relatively new venture for you, which is Baron Burton's W Sauce, which I must mention, the reason that this bottle is open and kind of looking kind of gross is this is mine from my refrigerator because I love it. I use it. It's my favorite thing in the fridge, just so you know. And I want to do a quick throw to because we actually made a video for Bear to highlight the W Sauce. We're going to throw that to that video real quick. Check this out. This video, W Sauce.
Bring me the Worcestershire.
Come, we're open. We have Worcestershire sauce.
Marge, bring me that Worcestershire.
Lovely. Worcestershire.
Mac, give me some of that Worcester.
Hey, too close to the Worcestershire.
I can't believe it. Oh, hand me that. Give me the pass me the Worcestershire.
Don't forget to pick up some Worcestershire.
What? Look what you did with the Worcestershire. You got to say it again. Siri everywhere. Bring me the Worcestershire.
Worcestershire?
The Worcestershire.
What?
Worcestershire. Worcestershire.
Hey, give me that W. W sauce. America's Worcestershire.
Well, I just want to say, Bear, you know I love you, and I'm so grateful for your friendship and all you've done for us. And Bannon, so happy for you on the journey you're on. Obviously, killing it. Keep crushing it. Keep motivational speaking. Get all those people on point. Do your thing.
Keep them loud.
And obviously, super proud of you guys and killer product, no doubt. Many thanks from the Salt Report to Captain Bear and Bannon Holeman. Thank you so much for being here on the Salt Report today. A round of applause for Bear and Bannon Holeman, please, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, man. You're the best. Stay with us. More coming, more legends, more cool product on the Salt Report. Yeah!
Yeah! Yeah, baby!
Yarbrough? Bro, not Yarbrough.
Oh, I have?
Yarbrough. You're my bro.
Yo, what up, bro?
Yarbrough, yo.
Don't do that.
We're back. We are back live from ICAST at the Salt Report. We have a good friend of mine, Zach Yarbrough. This gentleman here has been an inspiration to me and many others. I've been following your journey a long time. We met years ago now.
Yeah.
Maybe here or one of these
It was
shows.
probably here about a decade ago, probably.
That's crazy. So Zach's been in the fishing industry, like through the football world somehow, and we became friends and got to know you. And then, you know, once you got your diagnosis and all that stuff, things changed abruptly. But I'm so proud of you, man. I'm so happy you're here. Tell us a little bit about Zach Yarbrough.
No, it's thank you guys for having me. You know, it's an honor to be here, Charlie. Yeah, we've been friends for a long time. ICAST is wonderful. It's one of my favorite weeks of the year, and been fortunate to be part of this industry now for a little bit over a decade. Had an athletic background, you know, growing up a swimmer and water polo player. And
Your dad, right?
Yeah.
His dad played for the frickin' Detroit Lions.
yeah, my dad played for the Lions. Detroit, I know, finally.
That's actually a real Detroit fan.
There's very few around. I mean, there's a lot of people jumping on now, but the real ones.
I grew up here in Detroit. So.
Awesome. Yeah, so, you know, Dad was a Lions player and, you know, played football in college at the University of Virginia and coached high school for a little bit, wanted to do something different in life. And that's when I picked up a camera, started jumping in the water, doing some photography like that, and was fortunate to meet the right people and kind of jump into this industry and been full steam since then.
And you fish everywhere. You just got back from Cape Verde. You go to Costa Rica. Then you're like killing alligators. I can't keep up with you, man.
Yeah, I've been fortunate, you know, to have a lot of opportunities.
That's across multiple days, or was that one day?
No, that was like
1 week.
Last week.
Yeah.
Okay. he gets
like,
a lot
man.
of frequent flyer miles.
Yeah.
It's mad impressive.
Yeah, no, I'm a big believer in just, you know, chasing your dreams, you know, crossing things off the bucket list these days, no matter what it is, you know, having the opportunity to join great people in the outdoors and,
have that fellowship and bond, goes a long way. And, the hunt and the fish are just, the bonus on the cake. It's all about the camaraderie and time together.
Well, you have this saying, right? No bad days. And you've had some really tough days. So tell me why you say that to yourself a lot.
So I think it's, life is all about perspective. And it's kind of, when our feet hit the ground every single day, we kind of have the choice what kind of day we want to have. And unfortunately, 6 years ago, the first day of ICAST, which, this is a big week for me, I was diagnosed with stage 4 male breast cancer. And it's been a fight ever since then, ongoing fight. Unfortunately, I think I've done over 150 rounds of chemo now, 40 plus rounds of radiation. And it's been a grind, but I'm very blessed and honored to be here, be able to share my story, create awareness, for male breast cancer.
And you've almost always got a smile on your face.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I've always appreciated life, but it's kind of one of those things when life really smacks you in the face with that kind of news and knowledge that you really take a step back and take perspective on what life is about.
Do you think if we had met you, or I had, like, say, 6 years and a handful of days ago, was that mentality of no bad days? Like, did that completely change your perspective, or were you that person before you went through this particular part of your journey?
I had a lot of those characteristics before, but once, I had that diagnosis and I got 2 young daughters and, putting everything in perspective, that kind of just became my philosophy. And, it's really a choice. And, we all have, crappy, horrible days. They come and go. We all have our things, individual battles that we go through. But, as long as we can step back at the end of the day and just be like, we're still here fighting, we're still here living, we're still here on salt water, getting that therapy.
Man.
Yeah. It was a good day. It's an honor to be here, to be a part of this, be able to share my story, spend time with awesome people, running into old friends.
We appreciate it. We're shining a little brighter today with you, having you here, man.
Thanks
for sharing your story.
Thank
Zach Yarbrough, here on the Salt Report, making time for us. Go forth, go have another not bad day. I know you will.
Yes, sir.
So thanks for being with us on the Salt Report with Zach Yarbrough. That's a wrap on Zach.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
We are here. It is the Salt Report ICAST edition here in Orlando, Florida at the world's largest saltwater fishing trade show. 2 very special guests with us today. We have the principal of the Jose Wehebe Memorial Foundation and the daughter of the late icon of TV and beyond. We also have the head of Outdoor America, the fastest growing hunt and fish network in the universe. Please welcome Chrissy Wehebe and Jamie Wilkinson. Jamie and Chrissy.
So good to see you guys. Nice to see y'all.
Look at this partnership between these two here. My goodness gracious. So, Jamie, maybe we'll just start with you for those who among those outside the 86 million households you're already talking to.
Sure.
Outdoor America, what's the best way to synopsize what you've got cooking Outdoor America?
Yeah, so the landscape of outdoor media has changed significantly in the past 2 years even, right? Changes every day. So Outdoor America is a modern platform that brings authentic creators and content to outdoor enthusiasts, both on FAST and also over broadcast, which is in now 87 million households across the U.S. So we're really trying to kind of bring content to where people are consuming content, and that's not what it used to be.
Yeah. And Chrissy, you happen to be the steward of, I believe, Jamie, we talked about it, was it the most popular fishing show?
Spanish Fly.
Spanish Fly. Never will be eclipsed.
No.
Never will be eclipsed.
Saturday. You know how many Saturday mornings
Oh,
I
man.
spent watching Jose just be Jose?
Yeah.
Like everybody else.
It was like almost a meditation class with the music and how calm he was.
So original and authentic,
Yeah.
and I got to know him a little bit. Always kind of starstruck.
One thing that my dad always said is, Chrissy, just fake it till you make it. And that's what I feel like I've been trying to do for the last 13 years. And, luckily I've been able to have the opportunities to run into people like Jamie, to be able to start doing this partnership with reintroducing the next generation to Spanish fly, to who my dad was and why he was important, and bridge that generational gap of, the 35s and under. They're, who's that? No, I never heard of that show before.
Synopsize this, what you've got cooked, what you all are working on together here. I
Well,
know you.
yeah, so I was fortunate enough to work for 11 years for ESPN Outdoors when it started to when it closed, and part of that was working with her dad, hand in hand on multiple projects, traveling with him, getting to know him personally. And just to talk about, when you talk about the TV show, how much of an impact he had, there were weekends on a Saturday where Jose would have 1 million viewers on one episode.
Wow.
Right?
That doesn't happen anymore.
Million viewers. So the amount of people that he touched, the amount of lives he influenced was tremendous. But the opportunity. So Chrissy and I was sitting eating lunch at ICAST 2 years ago, or last year. And someone threw a piece of paper in front of me and it said Spanish fly. And I turned around and she said, "You wouldn't happen to know my dad, would you?" And I said, "Well, actually, yeah, I do." And then we started talking. So that started the relationship. But, it was really honest at first, just trying to get his shows back on the network, just to kind of communicate it. And I never thought that, I would be given the opportunity to recreate the Spanish fly. So the fact that now we're proud to announce that we are relaunching the franchise, rebooting Spanish Fly, 2026. Yes. Let's go. Captain James Marco is going to be the new co-host.
Okay.
But Goliath Fishing. But what we're trying to do is James is going to return to these key places that Jose with certain celebrities and certain celebrity anglers he fished, and we're going to cut back and forth to the old episodes. We want to kind of transition the brand over to a new host or hosts, but keep Jose's spirit and what his dream was alive.
Well, I would just like to say we just wish you all the luck, and we're cheering for you and rooting for you.
Awesome. Let's go. 2026.
That's
Spanish
right.
Fly.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
Chris.
guys.
That's a wrap.
Yay, team.
All right.
Our guest is a contributing editor to Saltwater Sportsman and all kinds of other fishing and marine titles. I believe he's the most physically imposing contributor we have on our masthead, clearly able to probably beat the ass of everybody else in our stable, and also our Northeast correspondent on all things fishing, Nick Honachefsky is in the house.
You're gonna be like,
Bro,
let's
intro. Nick, we have a pile of magazines in front of us.
Uh-huh.
Is there one of these that your byline is not in?
No, I think we're all in them right now. Saltwater. I got the Bahamas article and Saltwater Sportsman.
Oh, that's right.
Charlie's
Cover
always
story.
coming in. Yeah, that's right. The cover, Exuma Flats. You know, Skinny Water issue, everything, man. I've been writing a long time for the titles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, where are your fishing travels? Have they taken you recently? Where are you headed? What's happening with you right now?
Well, I'm based out in New Jersey. Obviously, you've come up and
We
fished
all
with me before.
know he's based. Everyone's like, "This is Jersey right here."
Yeah, it's real Jersey, so not like the Jersey
I have
Shore
fished with you out
coops.
there.
What's that?
I have fished with you in Jersey, and it was really cool.
Got some fluke,
We
so
did.
that was solid. Drank some Miller Lite, stuff
I mean,
like
don't you think Jersey gets I think not only just from the fishing, but from a beauty standpoint, I think it gets just not even a bad rap, but just no rap. It's an incredibly beautiful place.
Dude, that Jersey Shore show with Snooki.
Sure.
That destroyed.
It ruined Nick's life. And
Right.
now he's been
Ruined it.
climbing out of that
The
hole
first-
ever since.
There's
First
plenty of those
friggin' thing you hear
meatheads, but-
whenever you're from Jersey. Oh, how's Snooki doing?
Well, what I'm saying is it's a beautiful place.
Right.
There's tons of history. There's great boat building history in
Yeah.
Jersey.
Yep.
It's a cool place.
Yeah, it's mainly beach and farmland. Honestly, I mean, everyone's got to fly into Newark, and that's when you look into Jersey and
that's
you see
the armpit.
Yeah, exactly. Truthfully, it is. And
Once you get out of there.
once you get out of there, it's all beach and farmland, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like a secret gem for people that always think oh, why would I travel to Jersey? It's because it's absolutely beautiful. It truly is. And the fishing, the fisheries are world class up there. I declared it in an article, I think in Sport Fishing magazine at one point. I said Jersey is the new mecca of striped bass fishing. I was like, Montauk is not in anymore. And man, I got so much comments being like, "Oh, Jersey, no way!" But truthfully, it is now. I believe consistency and class of fish. For striped bass. So
Well, the whole breeding stock has moved up, right?
Yeah. Well,
From Chesapeake, there's a lot more fish being reared up in that Hudson.
Yeah, Hudson River, Delaware River, and all that. But
Delmarva
we've been
stuff.
having that presence at bait. So the Menhaden fishery.
I want to come in November.
Yeah.
Because we run a lot of photos from Tom Lynch.
Right, Tom is
And
great.
he's a big surf guy, and it just, the life explodes. There was that famous Thanksgiving bite.
Yeah.
I want to experience that.
Yeah,
so
you got to
bad.
come up. Not you, but you can come up because he already badmouthed Jersey.
I was about to
so,
say
yeah.
he's our. No, I was saying that it's a misunderstood state. I think
Good,
it's
good,
yeah.
good,
So,
good.
by
I'll
the
take
way,
it.
he's been trying to get a free fishing trip out of all
Every
of our
species.
guests. It's basically a half dozen trips. So
He
don't
knows
think
he
you're,
can stay with
You're
me.
no special boy.
He knows
just so
he can
you
stay
know.
with me.
I want
We
to
got that,
drive
we
your
got that.
old Ford pickup.
Yeah, the 78 F-150. Oh, but going back to your question about stripers. So Menhaden, the old Chesapeake boats, the Omega-3 boats, used to have carte blanche and that just wipe out all the Menhaden. So
Suck them up.
For
It's literally
years.
big.
Yeah,
nasty.
we didn't have like that fishery because they would destroy the schools, and Omega-3 would profit from it. But now that we've enacted legislation where they have to stay outside 3 miles, all that bunker stays inshore now, and it's an absolute prolific fishery where those bass will stay there now, and they're migratory spawning fish, but they'll stay there. And not only that, but the whale watching capital of the United States, I'm declaring it right now, whales everywhere in New Jersey. It's unbelievable. Humpbacks, finbacks, right in the surf line. Anytime you go out right now, you'll see humpback whales, wherever you go.
Well, thank you for coming by. Writer extraordinaire, host of Saltwater Underground. Check it out. Nick Honachefsky is in the house, is about to leave the house. Thank you, Nick.
Oh, thank you guys. Awesome.
Hey guys, we're here at the Salt Report. It's day 2 of ICAST. We've got a special guest with us, multi-talented individual with a paintbrush, with a fishing rod, with a computer,
with a microphone,
podcaster, Dennis Friel.
How's it going,
Good to
guys?
have you here. The
My
guy I've
pleasure,
known
my
for
pleasure.
Quite some time now. It's always good to see you at the show, man. How's it
Yeah,
going?
it's like my uncle says, it's better to be seen than viewed. That's for
Ooh.
sure.
I like that. That's
Yep,
heavy.
Yep. So I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you. Where should we start? What's going on right now?
Man, we got a ton of things going on. I mean, we just discussed the project with the Florida Panthers and the Seminole Casino collaboration.
So how fun is it for you to be working with that organization and doing
That's kind of like I don't want to say dream come true, but it's a pretty good one. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I've been a Panther fan since their inception in 1993, and I suffered with them through all the hard years, and now they're good, and people are going to the games and everything like that. For me, it's pretty cool moment to actually be doing some work for them.
So tell us about the Jimmy Johnson tournament real quick, and then we'll talk about your podcast.
So the Jimmy Johnson tournament, for years it was run down
Coach
at the
Jimmy
Big Chill.
Johnson, NFL.
Yep, Hall of Famer. And
Now
it, was,
Hall of Fame.
it used to be run out of the Big Chill, his place
Key
down
Largo,
there. Key Largo,
been there.
right? So the Hard Rock came in as a big sponsor, I believe, around 2017, 2018-ish. And I said, well, it's Hard Rock, it's guitars, it's music, it's fishing. Why don't I paint a sailfish on the guitar? We'll auction it off, see how it goes. And we broke a record last year because it keeps increasing every year after year after year. We're even doing them for the Atlantic City tournament. So the 2 guitars we did for last year's tournament sold at auction, live auction, for a combined $71,000. Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's
thank you very
awesome.
much. So we did something there.
Good
We
for you,
started
bro.
something. So we're pretty proud of that. That's a huge thing with us, to give benefit to the art. I mean, if you really think about it, when we opened up our studio full time, we eventually named it Connected by Water, the same name as our podcast. We started analyzing, beating into that. What does Connected by Water mean? And it means there's different levels to it, right? But one of the meanings to it is giving meaning to the work and bringing everyone together, connected by water. There's a social aspect to it. There's a conservation aspect to it. And at the end of the day, we always say we're all connected by water.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story.
No, I
We're going to
appreciate
come
it,
by
yeah.
and see your artwork. We're going to
Love
see
your
what those.
art.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And we're going to get out and do that fishing trip one of these days.
Mhm.
We're going to get you an Angler's Journal.
100%.
So.
Love it.
Saw it here on the
Salt Report. Dennis Friel, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Back to back.
They say that reinventing the wheel is hard work. Well, here today we have a guest and a product that, damn it, I think did just that. We have Eric Olson, engineer with Sharrow Marine. Who's also joined by Jim Hendricks, is a boating and electronics editor for Saltwater Sportsman and Boating Magazine, and my intrepid co-host Charlie Levine here to talk about Sharrow's revolutionary, innovative props. Eric, thank you for sitting down on the Salt Report with us today.
What a handoff. What can I say? Yeah. It's great to be here. How about that? That worked.
That was hyped up.
I'm with the crowd of
we are
fantastic guys here.
So, Eric, maybe we just turn the floor over to you so we can share with all of our dear viewers. Tell us what this piece of sculpture we have on our table here today.
It's a flower vase of epic proportion. This happens to be our MXA. This is our newest introduction. It's an aluminum prop for 40 to 200 horsepower. As you see, it's very unique. People have probably seen it somewhere on their whether it's Facebook or otherwise. We've done a lot of advertising with it, but the structure, when you first look at it, say, how in the world can that work? And really, the loop blade combination with the blade configuration, it's designed to create the most efficient blade and prop in the industry today, and it accomplishes that mission. A couple things it does very well that we provide more than just a efficiency or fuel economy improvement. We also provide boats getting on plane more easily. So if you have a boat that struggles to get on plane, this is going to lift the back end up. Each prop has about 400 pounds of vertical lift, so it planes the boat out sooner and gives you a wider operating range. Who doesn't want a wider operating range? Especially, and if you think about it, the lakes that are rated at X amount of speed, if their boat gets on plane at, say, 35 and the max is 40, we can give them a 30 mile an hour now to 40 mile an hour operating range. So we give the customer a lot more for their boat than they had before. When it comes to docking, the reversing thrust, the forward thrust, you don't have to apply throttle to get it to go and to move the boat. And when you turn the boat, it turns around the corner rather than traditional drifting around the corner or slipping around the corner. When it comes to fishing, this is a big thing for me, fishing on the Pro Tour in the northern part of the country. When you're looking at trolling, we reduce the sound emitted by 4 times underwater. And that may give you a couple more passes for the fish that you're on, whether it's a reef fish or a pod of bait fish in open water. So that's a big thing. We mentioned it before we started talking about no wake zones, but fishermen also want to be able to have that control, but have that ability to go faster with the boat, not trying to plane if you're in that 12 to 15.
You make that big wave.
Exactly, and it's a flat
And
wave.
that's when the boat's always really struggling.
It is, and when you have a boat that's not struggling in those fishing scenarios, your fuel economy is going up. And last but not least, on the fishing side of it, the bubble trail. We have about a third of the bubble trail in the bubble, in that area. So if you're running flat lines, that visibility closer to the boat or a larger window for that fish to see the bait is really what it comes down to. So not just fuel and economy anymore.
You know, we tested the Sharrow props against conventional props, and everything you said is true. All those things are true. Right now, I look at it and I think I'm looking at a Salvador Dali painting on this, or at least a sculpture. But you know what? What's interesting, and I met with Greg Sharrow, the inventor of it, a number of occasions. And one thing he told me, and I want you to elaborate on this, but the idea for this propeller was born in, of all places, a symphony music hall.
Yes, it was. Greg was involved with producing the sound for the orchestral productions, and normally you use a boom to create that sound positioning, and he felt that the better ability to control the shot was through a drone. And as we all know, a drone has blades, and so it's creating that, and the tip of the blade is what's causing that vortice and making that sound. And so he was trying to think of what he could do to reduce the sound, and he was out walking his dog one day and had an epiphany, came back home and took a handheld electric motor with a pin on it. He had a regular propeller for a drone, and he had a milk carton sitting on the end of the counter. He turned the button on and it didn't move the milk carton, and he said, well, let's try and see if this idea I have works. So he took duct tape, folded it into a blade, twisted it, pinned it, and turned it on the same milk carton. Unfortunately for the milk carton, happy for him. Blew it right off the counter.
Wow.
And Sharrow was born. And really pretty incredible.
Yeah, a lot of thrust there.
Well, you heard it here first. There's a new wheel. I'd like to thank Eric Olson at Sharrow Marine for sharing this super awesome, innovative new development in marine propulsion. Eric, thanks for taking time to talk to us about it.
Thanks
Thank
a
you,
lot.
Jim, and thank you, Charlie, for joining us on the Salt Report. Charlie, mission day 2 for the Salt Report, ICAST 2025 is complete. And I wanted to celebrate this moment with you, my intrepid dear co-host, with a
should
toast.
celebrate.
But the problem is while you were working on the show, I was
you
behind
drank the
this black-
15 year?
Yeah, we drank the 15 year.
Dude.
And it turns out I'm going to need an expense an Uber back to the hotel. But it has been an awesome day here at ICAST. Charlie, you're incredible co-host.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Appreciate you. Thank you for everybody for joining, for the hosts, for the products, for the gear, for the innovations, for the explorations, for the expeditions. This is Sean Bean and Charlie Levine coming to you from ICAST 2025. That's a wrap on the Salt Report.
Cheers.